Pressure is about to undergo substantial changes in the following months, or possibly years, as Zeal, lead developer on the game, has shared what they plan to do in parts 2, 3, and 4 of the Worth the Wait update. And there's a lot to unpack here, so I'm not really going to waste your time. So firstly, thanks to the overwhelming support for the now multiple game passes with sales well into the 6 digits, the ability to customize your deep sea bunny is officially coming to Pressure, which is, really cool. Now everybody can be like unique and stuff. And initially, this will include simple recolor options and let the team stay focused on bigger content updates, but down the line, skins will eventually get way more complex. And the good thing about this is that the skins are going to be completely free.
That's why he's the GOAT!
And the game pass price won't change either, so players can pick whichever skin they like without paying anything extra, which is really good because I feel like most times when game devs do this, they try and squeeze like literally every dime out of you, but the fact that they're not is showing that they actually do care about their community, so that's cool. You'll also get the ability to rename your bunny with the name showing above it when you're nearby. And on top of all that, several quality of life improvements are on the way, with one of them being a new rescue animation for Painter to make it clear when he's truly been saved. Whatever that entails, maybe we'll just like smash the computer even more than the screen. Like, I don't know.
Nuke Radio, we make your eardrums bleed.
And there will be more of the fan favorite Seb and Painter dialogue, and in my opinion, the more dialogue you have in there, it's gonna make the world feel a lot more alive. So all in all, pretty good addition. And there will be reworks for major threats like the firewall and the abomination. Firstly, the firewall is getting retractable platforms and more randomized rooms to make runs less predictable, which I feel is valid because like most of the time, every single firewall run does feel kind of the same, so hopefully this shakes things up a little bit. And on top of that, the abomination will feature new attack patterns, including frontal assaults and underwater routes where you need to swim under like searchlights. And searchlights themselves are getting tweaked as they'll soon be able to destroy containers and lockers. But to keep things fair, getting caught won't be an instant kill anymore, though that change will require some new animation work before it goes live. Part 2 of the upcoming update takes things even further with 2 major grand encounters. And the first one is a full crossover with Identity Fraud, where you'll face off against Stan, James, Alice, and of course the Fraud, all inside a condensed Pressure-style recreation of the original game's 3 iconic mazes. Then there's the Crooked, a solo-only grand encounter that avoids falling into the standard Weeping Angel territory by giving him a whole new arsenal of unique moves and tricks to keep you guessing. I really like how they're incorporating things that they've made before and kind of like reworking it so that it's new, making enemies like the Crooked, way more dynamic instead of just, kind of boring. And with that, on the animation front, Sebastian's death scenes, like when you're reading the document and stuff like that, are getting a massive improvement, as everything Seb says will be fully animated so you can actually see him on the other end of the desk instead of it just being like eyes, which finally gives life to Seb's reactions instead of just a deadpan stare. And alongside that, the Wall Dweller is getting a visual remodel to make them a little less grimy, which is kind of interesting. I don't really see a problem with it, but if they want to redesign it, go ahead, something new. And the lobby UI is also being redesigned for a smoother, more modern feel. And now I really hope this is kind of similar to what Doors has done, where if someone goes into a submarine in the bottom right hand side of your screen, so you can like easily join it instead of having to walk all the way up to the submarines if you're like hanging out in the middle of the lobby. So yeah, that would be like a really good quality of life improvement. They're adding a segment called Painting with Painter, which offers a break from all the bullying that he does. And lobby gambling. And part 3 of the update introduces a completely new gameplay experience, with that being the Inscryption expedition, which in this mode you'll take on the role of a living board piece. Honestly, I have not played Inscryption, so it would be kind of cool to see what it's about through Pressure. Now, part 4 is really the most ambitious update of them all and is what warrants the title of the video. Simply titled The Overhaul, it reimagines Pressure's entire core structure, as rather than progressing through a straight chain of rooms, the map will now branch into multiple paths called Quadrants, and each quadrant is its own unique biome with a distinct room type, and your goal in each is to find and escape through a checkpoint, which sends you to the next. And this not only keeps the gameplay fresh, but gives the game a stronger sense of direction and exploration. But with this new structure comes new threats. Instead of static node monsters, every quadrant or biome will now actually be populated with a roaming enemy. Something like a Wall Dweller, which I feel like was something that was kind of missing from the game, as if it wanted to stand apart from Doors, it needed more of the roaming enemy type. And the node monsters are cool, and they each have their own little spin on them, but something like a roaming enemy is just like way more interesting. It could be way smarter, much more complex, so it's really cool that they're actually adding that to the game. And apparently we're also getting like camera systems. I have no clue how it's gonna work. I'm assuming it's gonna be kind of laid out with security cameras everywhere, and you can like check and see if something's coming. So I'm assuming that would sometimes replace the flickering light mechanic where, if the lights flicker, something's coming, but maybe instead with these new quadrants or biomes as they call it, when you hear a certain noise, you'll have to check cameras and see then if something is coming, which is really cool. We're also getting a light beacon launcher to mark places you've already visited or identify dark zones, and even a portal gun that lets you instantly travel between 2 points components in the map, and obviously these systems wouldn't have worked with the current linear format, which is exactly why the Overhaul exists. It's a massive shift, and while it'll take time to develop, the goal is to make sure that all existing monsters work seamlessly within this new structure. Now I'm going to show you some of the concept art that they've drawn for some of these monsters that are going to be chasing us, and honestly it looks really cool. As the first one they've teased is called a watchdog, described as floating watchmen, unsure of what they originally spied on people for, or which they tried to make use of them as investigators and spies given their bizarre elusive nature. And below it says their attack flashes the player and they'll be gone before they can even look back at them again. And then more concept art features like how it'll actually be colored, and believe it or not, they actually already do have this character voice acted.
Can we have a moment of your time? We have an important message for you. We have something to show you. We need to talk. Can we talk? We are here to talk to you. Can we talk in private? We have a situation for you.
And honestly, with how they sound, they like speak in the exact same cadence of a Portal 2 turret, so I'm thinking that Portal 2 was probably some of the inspiration for this thing. Well, I could be completely wrong.
There you are. I see you. Hello.
All in all, a really cool character that they're introducing here. And with that, that is going to be the end of everything that they've shared for what they're going to do for parts 2, 3, and 4 for the rest of the Worth the Wait update. Obviously, all these things, there's a lot of changes, so it's probably going to take a while for all of these to eventually, you know, all be out at once. But don't worry, because since they're choosing to roll out every update slowly, one by one, it should keep the game at a pretty good state in terms of like how often new things are coming to the game. So it's a pretty good plan in my opinion to release everything one by one. If you want to read everything for yourself, I will link their Discord server down below if you guys aren't in it at all, which I would recommend joining because they do share a lot of development updates and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, this video was supposed to come out like 4 days ago, but this stuff happens. That's gonna be it. If you guys did like the video, be sure to like and subscribe, but only if you did enjoy, and I will catch y'all whenever I decide to upload again.